Hi everybody and welcome to this week's video. This week I'm going to do a realistic how many pages do I read every day, or like how many pages do I read in a week as a full-time student who also has a job on the side and then also likes to read. I thought it would be kind of interesting also just for myself to see how many pages I actually read while also having to do homework and assignments and do schoolwork and go to work and everything. Today is Tuesday. I'm currently in the middle of two books, over halfway in both of them. One of them is Boy Parts by Eliza Clark, which I am reading with two of my friends because we have made this little book club, just the three of us, and this is our first book. I'm 68% through this book. And also guys, I finally got a Kindle. Got a Kindle, the new 2024 version in Raspberry. I think it's so cute and I love it already. I am going to pick up a case for it today actually. It has arrived, I just need to go pick it up. But yeah, I'm 68% through Boy Parts and plan on finishing it this week. And then I am reading Quicksilver, which is a fantasy. And I'm also I think I'm 65% through it or something like that. So I'll also possibly be finishing that this week. And then I don't know what else will start or read after that, but time can only tell. One thing about my job is that I can read because it's very slow. There's not a lot of customers and kind of slow. Sometimes I can read 100 pages while I'm at work. I will definitely plan on bringing my Kindle with me to work, and then we'll see how much I'll be able to read while I'm there. Obviously I can't really film that because I don't want to show where I work, and I also don't think I'm allowed to film in the office or anything, so I'm not going to do that. I will update when after work, but I do plan on reading here. Right now it's only 12:30. I still have 3 hours before I have to go to work, so I definitely plan on grinding out Boy Parts. Anyways, I'll see you guys once I start reading, which is what this video is actually about. Okay, I'm back with my little Amazon package. So I'm so excited because it does have a hand grip thing. I just got basically the cheapest one that I could find. Why am I confused? Where did I put the Kindle? Am I dumb? Oh, maybe it's magnetic. Which way is up and down? How do I know what's up and down? But it's not magnetic. Wait, I'm confused. Where did I put the Kindle? It's like this? Am I dumb? Oh my god, wait, I think I get it. Okay, I'm not stupid. Well, I was a little bit, but it's because the case is made for all sizes, so you put it in the elastic straps. So smart. And now it looks like a notebook, which is kind of cute. Perfect, absolute slay. Now it's time to read, guys, which is what we're all here for. Everyone yelling, being get on with it. Start reading, you idiot. Guys, I don't think I have ever read a more disturbing book than this. I've read about serial killers and stuff like that, but this character, I don't like her. The main character. I need to explain what this book is about, but honestly I don't really know how to explain it. This girl, I think she's 28 years old from what I understand. Her name is Irina, and she is a photographer, but she takes disturbing pictures kind of mostly young men. I mean, they're all above 18, and takes sexual photos of them, intimate photos and whatnot. And all the men and boys are weird. She is so weird, and just, I don't like this book. Again, I'm reading it for a book club. Otherwise I probably most likely would have DNF'd it, I think, because I mean I'm 70% through, right? And I don't think there's going to be any character development. I think that this is just a story, but there's not really any plot to it, and I just feel uncomfortable, and I don't like that. It's just it's kind of a shock effect, you know what I mean? The author has written a sentence and they want you to be let's just take a moment for the shirt. I I finished Boy Parts, which I think I showed right before I went to work. I literally finished it like 2 minutes before I went out the door. Perfect timing. So I just wanted to talk about it and give my rating. I rated like 2 stars. I understand why people like it. I could see someone giving this 5-star, and that's where book taste is so subjective, because this book is not my taste at all. It's not what I like in books. There's actually like nothing in this book that I personally enjoy. I wasn't necessarily bored. Like sometimes, you know, you read a romance or a fantasy or something and like you're bored. But I wasn't necessarily bored because it was intriguing and it kind of like is fast paced in the way you read it, but I didn't like it, and I'm definitely happy it wasn't longer. It was only like, it's a little bit under 300 pages. And I just like, there's no plot to it. There's nothing moving the story along. Like when you read a romance or a fantasy, like there's something that keeps you going. There's something that furthers along the plot. It's very character driven, so it's not really like, there's not a heavy plot because it focuses on this girl, Irina, and her life, but there's no character growth. She actually just goes downhill, which I guess is true in real life. It just isn't for me. It's not my kind of book. It's not what I enjoy, simply. Yeah, 2 stars. But while I was at work, because I finished Boy Parts, I continued Quicksilver, because like I said, I was already like 60% through that. I'm now almost 80% through it. But if you don't know what Quicksilver is about, like, let me just explain it. It's basically this girl, I think her name is Sara. I actually don't really know how to pronounce her name. But this human girl who lives in a really poor city and everything, and then one day when she's like basically dying, she accidentally opens up a portal to the Fae realm. She is like shocked because she didn't know Faes existed in real life. She thought they were just fairy tales. And now she is like in the middle of a war that's going on in the Fae realm. And she kind of has this one power that she can do that no one else can do. They need her to win the war. So she strikes a deal with this Fae man, of course, that she will help if he will help her to get back to the human realm, because her brother is still there. That's basically what it's about, and so far I enjoy it. I wish I could have filmed while I was at work, because I was literally sitting there giggling, kicking my feet, because it's finally starting, like the romance is like picking up a little bit more. One thing about me is I love banter, and this book has that, and it's amazing. I literally, this book has banter and I love it so much. Watch some YouTube now, and then I will continue reading Quicksilver. Oh my god. I had a theory and I think that I'm right. Like, I think that I was right. But I'm gonna film my reaction because, oh my god. Oh my god. Crazy. Good morning. It's the next day now, so I thought I would come on here to like say how many pages I read yesterday and then like what we plan on reading today. So obviously yesterday I finished Boy Parts, which was 95 pages or 32% of the book. I'm calculating it in percentages because I feel like the page count on the Kindle isn't like what it would be if it was a physical book. So I read 95 pages of Boy Parts, and then Quicksilver I read 18%, which is 112 pages. So in total yesterday I read 207 pages, which is actually more than I expected. But 207 pages is really good. I don't know if I'll read that much today. I might, honestly. So usually I'm a commuter, so I usually read on my phone in the train, but now I have a Kindle. I just bought it, like literally. I haven't been to school since I got it. I put it in my bag and I'll be reading on that in the train. That's at least, honestly, like 2 to 3 hours that I'll at least be reading on the train. I have a goal, or like I have a hope that I will finish Quicksilver today. And then I decided what I want to read next, which is going to be Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I know, it's the vampire werewolf love story, and I know a lot of people like it actually. It has high ratings from what I know. I'm gonna go to school now, and I will update you guys when I get back home. Last chapter guys. I'm scared. Well, I just finished Quicksilver. Like, wait, but like I'm shook. That did not end how I can't even speak, wait. That did not even end remotely how I even thought it was going to end. I honestly didn't really have any like guesses. I was kind of just there for the vibes. I wasn't like trying to figure out what was gonna happen, because honestly I had no idea. Like, I did not have any guesses. Would have never guessed the ending. I would have never guessed the ending. And I mean, this is a series, but this is the only book that's out so far, which always awful. I actually read this book. I had never heard of it, but one of my friends from uni was like, have you heard of Quicksilver? And I was like, no. She was like, you should read it and tell me if it's good. I think my rating is going to be 4 stars. At least that's what I am feeling. It's not a 5-star feeling, and it's not a 3-star. Like, I feel like it's around 4. Not necessarily something that I've read before in fantasy. I mean, they're fae, but in a different way, I feel. I enjoyed it. I really did. And I thought the character development was good. I thought the characters were good. There's kind of like a found family, which I'm always a sucker for. I love a good found family. And then just in general, I think the writing was good. I think the story was really interesting. I don't really have necessarily anything negative to say. I just know it wasn't a 5-star feeling, and not even like a 4.5. And I think that maybe it's because of the fact that it's taking me a little bit longer to read it. Like, I've been reading it for a few weeks, I think. The longer it takes me to read a book sometimes makes the rating less, because you go out of the world. You're not like as immersed as if you're just reading. Like, if you read a book in 1 day or like in 2 days, I often give it a higher rating just because I feel so much more connected. Anyways, I know I said that I was going to read Bride, but I'm kind of in the mood to read a romance. I'm kind of in the mood to read a physical book. I don't know the last time I read a physical book, because I just haven't been in the mood to it. And especially because I read in the train every day, I just really like having it like on my phone or now on my Kindle. Since it came out, I feel like it's been a few months now since Wild Eyes came out by Elsie Silver. I've been meaning to read it, but I was in the middle of reading Zodiac Academy, and I was loving it so much that I couldn't stop. And then I don't know, again, I haven't been wanting to read a physical book. I think I'm gonna pick it up, especially because this weekend, like I've said, I don't really have any plans, but I'll keep you updated on that. Shut up. I'm gonna cry. Shut up. Okay, I just wanted to talk about Wild Eyes now that I have started it and I can like explain what it's about. I'm 70 pages in and I absolutely love it. Like I genuinely am like, this might be a this might be a 5-star read. And I also did give Wild Love, which is the first one, 5 stars. So I just love Elsie Silver's writing. Like there's just something about it. Like it's not like beautiful, like in the sense like the writing in Magnolia Parks is like beautiful, so many quotes and everything, like the writing itself is beautiful, but that's not what this is about. Like it's not the writing, it's just the way the story flows, it's the characters, it's the dynamics, it's the I love it. I'm obsessed. But basically what this book is about is Skylar, who is a famous country music singer, and she escapes the big city because she's having some trouble. She had a big public breakup and like people are writing some nasty articles about her, and she's just feeling trapped and feeling like she can't do anything for herself and like she's being controlled and everyone tells her what to do and she's sick of it. So she escapes to this small little town where she meets West, who is a single dad of 2 children who lives in this small town in Canada, and it's kind of forced proximity because she ends up kind of almost living in his house, like living in a little bunkhouse on his property while she's there. And that's kind of it so far. It's still her first day in this first 70 pages, but I just love it. As you could see in my reactions, I am dying laughing, but also it's also not sad necessarily, but just I feel so much for her already. Like already at the second chapter, like in the first of her point of view, I was like, I kept just underlining and underlining because I'm like, this girl is so relatable. Like obviously I'm not a famous country singer and like the struggles necessarily that she specifically goes through I don't relate to, but I just relate to what she's saying and I love it. I already like underlined so many things. And then also, unpopular opinion, I know a lot of people don't like kids in books, but I personally love them. Like yes, I can see the girl in the book who's 6 years old. I doubt a 6-year-old speaks the way she does, but I don't really care. Like honestly, it helped. I just think it's so cute and I just love kids in general and it makes me laugh and I'm just having such a good time with it. Like I love kids in books. Genuinely, I love their comments because they're just so unhinged and it's just so funny every time. But like I said, I just wanted to update how many pages I read today because I honestly probably won't talk to the vlog tomorrow at all, but I will read actually the exact same amount of pages of Quicksilver because like I said yesterday, I read 18% and I had 18% left and I finished that book, so that was 112 pages. And then like I said, I started Wild Eyes and I have read 99 pages of it. Like I am on page 100, which means I read 211 pages today, which is 4 more than yesterday. But again, tomorrow literally I think max 30 pages or something. Alright, hello. I haven't spoken to you in a few days because yesterday I was feeling a little bit sick in the morning. I didn't end up going to school. And then I did go to the Halloween party later, but I read 0 pages. Like I read absolutely nothing yesterday. I just was not in the mood. So I didn't really have anything to update about considering the fact that this is how many pages can I read. But I feel like it's very realistic, right? You don't read every day. But I do love this book, so I wanted to read today even though I'm incredibly tired because I did go to the Halloween party last night, which was fun. The pre was more fun. It always is. I was also very hungover this morning. It was actually awful. Like in the train on the way on my commute, I literally felt like I was gonna throw up. But I'm feeling better now. I'm still really tired, so I don't know how long I'll stay up. guys, I truly love them. Like, I think they were so perfect for each other, and I love the way they talk, like the way they interact with each other. It's just so funny. And there's this little bit or whatever where Wes sends like these breaking news headlines to her, and I love every single one of them. Then he sends her, and she loves it too, which is amazing. And I am 220 pages in, so I'm about actually halfway, because it's about 450 pages. It's only like 7:30 right now, so I'm thinking of getting to page 300 today. Okay. I want Wes. Like, I want this man. One thing about me is that a like happy sunshine guy will always do it for me compared to a grumpy guy. Like, for me, give me happy golden retriever funny guy, but happy golden retriever guy who also knows how to talk about feelings and is like, can be vulnerable. Oh, this guy. I could genuinely cry. Like, that's what I'm telling you guys. Like, I love kids and books, and these kids, phenomenal. I love them so much. I love everything they say. I love the dynamics. I love their little personalities, and I love the way they interact with Skylar and the fact that they both like love her so much and are obsessed with her, and I love it so much. Like, they're so cute. They're so cute. Fuck. Oh my god, I didn't think I was gonna sob my eyes out in this book. Oh my god. Hey guys, so I have a little update. Actually, I think you could tell from the clips yesterday, but I finished Wild Eyes. It was not my intention at all yesterday to finish it. I was like, I want to get to like page 300 or something. It has 440 pages, but it was just so good, and I had nothing else to do. I didn't have to go to bed early or anything, so I was like, you know what? Let me finish this book. And I did. And like I said, literally from even the first maybe 70 pages where I was like, I think this is a 5-star, I give it 5 stars. Is it amazing with beautiful writing? No, but I don't really care. That's not how I rate my books. It's just a feeling that I get. If a book is a 5-star, it is a feeling. It's a 5-star feeling where you're like, this is 5 stars. And that's exactly how I felt throughout the entire book. I genuinely love both of these characters so much, and I love the children. Like I've said, like, I love every single character that was in this book. I love the setting of it. I loved just their dynamic, their banter, the way they communicate, and the self-growth. I loved Skylar's story, especially like her trying to find herself from growing up basically just being this doll that her parents could dress up and do with whatever they wanted. And now she's trying to find her own voice and her own way through life and figure out who she actually is at her core. And then you also see West, who's also trying to come to terms with maybe he does want a more serious relationship, but he's also scared because there are kids involved, you know? And you see this bubbly, happy man who's maybe not as happy as he seems. And they were just perfect for each other. You should read this book. If you like Elsie Silver's writing, I think you'll love this. A little interception, because I just realized in the clip that I filmed about Wild Eyes, I never said how many pages I read yesterday, which is kind of the whole point of this video. So yesterday I read 331 pages, which is insane, and I did not think that that was going to happen a single day in this week at all. But yeah, I ended up reading 331 pages. But again, I had all day, basically. Like, I was home at like 2, and then I just read all day, all evening. So that was 331 pages. I just had to insert that here. This morning I quickly started. I did not read a lot, but I started Phantasma by Schmidt. I've heard such great things about it. I actually have not really seen anything about it on TikTok. I've mostly heard it from some of my friends who've read it, and then I've heard it from Sara. I'm usually not a fantasy girly, but this year especially, like I've been a fantasy girly, especially after reading Zodiac Academy. So I'm kind of doing a little balance of a romance, a fantasy romance. But I only read like 2 chapters of Phantasma this morning because I had a school assignment that I had to do some of it. I still have a few hours to read before I have to go to work, and then we'll see how much I read at work. But basically, from what I gather so far from Phantasma, it's about this girl whose name is Ophelia, I believe, and she has a sister, but Ophelia is the oldest and her mom dies, and when that happens, the magic in their family has to go to the next generation. So now that her mom is dead, she has to take over that magic. And they're not like witches or anything. It's actually something I've never read of before. Their family are necromancers, which means they can talk to dead people, like they can talk to ghosts. And I think that's really cool and unique and not something I've seen in a book before. But that's really all that's happened so far in the book. But from reading the back of the book, I know it's something about like there are multiple different games. Sara mentioned something about kind of being similar to the Jigsaw movies, like games that you have to do, and each game is designed to kill you. And I just thought that sounds so interesting, and I'm so excited for it. I think it's gonna be really interesting. The only thing I have to say so far, that as soon as I opened the book, I was like, oh, it's in third point of view. And one thing about me, I hate third point of view. It will make me like a book less just because of the fact that it's third point of view. But some books does it well where I don't really notice, and some of them are written to me confusingly, and I would have preferred it in a first person. So I guess we'll see how I feel when I read this book. Finally home from work, and I'm so excited. I got straight into my PJs. Yes, thank you very much. It's like 10:30. I have actually gotten to like 50% of Phantasma. Like I've read half of it today, which is crazy. It's actually a lot shorter than I expected. I don't know, I feel like fantasy is always just so long, but it's only like around 400 pages. I do plan on reading a little bit more before I go to bed, so this is not like the update of how many pages I've read today, but I just wanted to give an update on like my thoughts of the book. So basically, I'm not loving it, which is such a bummer because I was so excited for it. I'm not like bored where I'm like, oh, I just want to DNF it, or like I don't want to read it, or it's putting me in slump or anything like that. I do still find it like fascinating, and I have a lot of guesses as to what is like gonna happen, you know? So like I'm still interested, and I still want to keep going. Like I still want to finish it. To me, the reason I don't really like it, first of all, like I said, is third person point of view, which is always just, it never makes it as good for me. And I don't know if it's because it's third person point of view, but the characters, both of the main characters, they just kind of fall flat to me. I don't feel like they really have a personality, especially like our main character, Ophelia. I don't feel like I know anything about her, so I don't really care, you know, like normally, like for example, Wild Eyes that I just read. Like if anything happened to any of them, like I would like cry, and I did. I literally cried at one point, which I showed, I think, in the vlog, because I cared so much about them. They felt everything. I loved them like literally from the beginning, and here I'm just like indifferent to it. I don't really care. And so like I do like the plot and the story, but for me, I feel like characters are a really big thing about why I love series the way I do. Like Zodiac Academy, the reason I love that series so much is because the characters mean everything to me. The same with the Addicted Callaway Sister series, like it's the characters that do it for me. I'm really upset about it because I wanted to like it so bad, but I'm thinking it's gonna be like a 3.5 star read, but I guess the last 50% could get really good. I will continue to read some more now before I go to bed. Hi queens. So I just wanted to come with an update about how much I read yesterday. I didn't read like a whole lot after I got home from work yesterday because I was kind of tired. But I read 59%, which is 297 pages of Phantasma. Did not expect to read that many pages yesterday at all, actually. Just like with the day before, I don't know what's gotten into me. Like, I feel bad because this was supposed to be like a realistically what I read like as a full-time student. And I genuinely don't read this much normally, but I've just been on a grind, like unintentionally. I don't know if it's the video that's motivating me or what it is, or I've just been in a good reading groove. I don't know. Yeah, so almost 300 pages. I'm now 61% in, so literally I've only read 2% because I haven't had much time today. And then in like 30 minutes, I'm gonna go to my parents' house and I'm gonna have dinner with them and just like hang out there for the evening. So I don't really know how much I'll read today in general because I do think I'm gonna bring my Kindle there just in case. But we still have tomorrow. Tomorrow's the last day of this vlog, which is kind of crazy that it's already been that long. But I wanted to talk about Phantasma, even though I don't really have any updates as to what I was feeling yesterday. But one thing that I forgot to mention yesterday that I like about the book is the fact that the main character has OCD. I mean, they call it the shadow voice, but I would say that that is what OCD is. It is intrusive thoughts, like that she has to, for example, knock on things 3 times to not die, or for her family not to die. She has to knock 9 times on her headboard and say the people that she loves so that they won't die throughout the night and stuff like that, and just like intrusive thoughts. And yes, he calls it the shadow voice, so I'm guessing it has a little bit of a fantasy element in it, but I think that's really cool. And I feel like I haven't read a fantasy book where the main character like struggles with a mental illness like that. And I think that that's really cool, like with some representation to show that she's still a badass and she can still do all these things. They're right now on level 5. They're going through like the 9 circles of hell. And I feel like it's really cool to see that even though she has a mental illness, she can still do this. And also, I will say, I think I said in the beginning when I started reading this book that Sara had said it kind of reminded her of Saw. I think she said that she had never watched Saw, but I've watched a decent amount of the Jigsaw movies. And I definitely agree, especially with this level that they're at right now. It's like something out of a Saw movie, and I'm like, oh, this is crazy. Like, this is crazy. But anyways, I will continue to read and I'll probably update tonight or tomorrow, I guess. So proud of myself. I knew it. I can't tell you what I knew, but I knew it. Just know that I knew it. Well, I finished. I don't really know what to say. Honestly, that was so anticlimactic and so disappointing in every way that it could have been. Like, genuinely, what? I'm just like confused, I guess. But for now, I've put in 3 stars in Goodreads, but I'll come back tomorrow and like talk about it. Anyways, see you tomorrow, guys. Hello guys, and good morning. It is now Monday, which is the last day of this video because I started it on a Tuesday, so today is day 7. I already have like so much footage. Like, I think I have almost 3 hours of footage for this video. Anyways, I wanted to talk about my final ratings and thoughts on Phantasma that I finished last night. I didn't love it, which I've been saying from the beginning. There were things in it that I liked, like for example the OCD, and I liked the actual like Phantasma. I liked the levels that they were going through. I thought the overall like story, the idea of it was good. I just didn't think the execution was amazing. I just still felt like I didn't really care for the characters. Like, they fell in love, but they only knew each other for like a week, but all of a sudden it was like, I love you with my entire life and I want to be with you forever. And it's like, it's been like max, what, 8 days or something, and that's just a little too insta-lovey, I guess. But also it was just very sexual. Like, there wasn't any, you know, I like a slow burn. I like a connection, a deep connection that has something to do with other than the fact that you think they're hot, and I didn't find that in this book. And then I also just didn't think that either of the characters had any personality, so I just didn't care for them. So I'm gonna go with 3 stars because I didn't think it was awful. I wasn't bored, like that's why I could still read it in 2 days, because I was still interested and I wanted to see, but it wasn't anything more than that. But I don't think it deserves less than 3 stars. But I did think the ending was really disappointing. Like when it ended, I think I filmed my reaction. I was like, that was it? Like that was it? Like I felt like it was just so, like, it had been predictable. Like the thing that I've been thinking it literally since the second the book started. Basically I was like, this is my guess, and I was correct, and there was nothing more to it basically other than that. So I was like, oh well, I saw that coming, so nothing else. There's no shocking element here. I mean, obviously I saw in my clips that I was like gasping, but like that was like small things that didn't really matter. It was not like the big whatever. It's over, it's done. I don't plan on reading the second book once that come out. It's me from the future again, because I just realized that I again forgot to say how many pages I read yesterday. So I'm just quickly here to say that yesterday I read 200 pages, which was like 39% of it, I believe. So yeah, like 200 pages, basically, like to the exact, I believe. That's all I wanted to say. I just had to pop in here because again, that's what the video is about and I forgot to say it. We moved on to a new book, and you could probably tell from the clips, I think. I decided to start Bride by Ali Hazelwood. I talked about it in the beginning of the vlog, saying that I was going to read it after Quicksilver, and then I ended up reading Wild Eyes instead. But it is now time to read it, and I am, I think, 22% through it. It's first person point of view at least, so that's amazing, and it feels so... I just had to read the back of the book to see like what I can say about the book. There are werewolves and vampires, and they're kind of at war with each other. Like they have like a territory, they don't cross into each other's. They decide to do an alliance with a wedding, so the vampire, the most powerful vampire, his daughter is marrying the alpha of the werewolves. That sentence is wild to me. Anyways. And that's basically like what the book is about. So she has to go and live in the werewolf territory for a year, and they send one of their werewolves or something to the vampire territory. So if anything happens, those people will like get killed. As it says on the back of the book as well, she decides to agree to this marriage, but for different reasons. For different reasons that she doesn't tell anyone, and I won't spoil it for you either, why she chooses to do this. So far, I'm enjoying it. There's nothing amazing about it, but the romance hasn't really started yet, so I guess that's why. But I am giggling. Like, I think she's funny, the main character. Her name is Misery, which is a funny name as well. But like, she's sarcastic and funny, even to the werewolf, who she should be afraid of. She's just like, she still cracks jokes, and they're all looking at her like she's crazy. And I love it. But I plan to read some more. I do have work later today, where I, as always, plan to read my book. When I tell you guys I am kicking my feet, I mean this was me 5 seconds ago. I can't. I'm blushing. Guys, I'm halfway through the book and I am eating it up, like feed me, spoon feed. I'm liking this way more than I should. I love Misery. That's her name, by the way. I'm not just saying that I love Misery, but like her, the main character, I love her so fucking much. I could just imagine her being like in a movie. Like I could see her on screen, you know, like she would be so funny and everyone would love her. She's so funny. Everything she says, basically, I'm like, I want to laugh. Like, because I can just imagine her saying it like kind of in a monotone, confused voice, like, oh, okay. Like, she's just so funny. I mean, I'm not giggling, kicking my feet because it's funny. Guys, read this book. Read it right now. I'm at chapter 15 and I have to go to work now, but what's up, guys? It is time to end this video. I had so much fun filming it. Like, I would definitely do this again if it's something that you want to see. I did read a lot more this week than I ever anticipated, and I promise it literally was not for the video. I wanted to read so much. Like, I genuinely could not put the books down. Like, I was so invested and so excited to read. and I've missed that feeling so much. So I promise it genuinely was not because of the video. Like I didn't think that I was gonna finish Phantasma, and I definitely didn't think I was gonna read so much more of Bride as well. But yesterday I read 337 pages of Bride, and I'm just gonna tell you my rating because I did finish it this morning on the train on my way to uni. So I'm just gonna I'm only saying the pages that I read yesterday, but I'm just gonna talk about like my rating and everything. So I rate Bride 4 stars. I thought it was so much better than I ever expected. There's that like one thing in the book that I think everyone knows about it. I didn't know it was going to be like that, and I was like, this is like worse than I expected, or more weird than I expected. But I thought it was really interesting, and there's like a mystery part of it, like a person missing and you don't know what happened. I thought that was really interesting, and I liked the dynamic. And then I just, like I've said, I loved the main character. I thought she was so funny. I also loved, in the beginning of every chapter, there was a little part from the love interest's point of view, like the werewolf, and I thought that that was really cool. And the epilogue was also from his point of view. Yeah, overall I really enjoyed it a lot more than I thought. I thought the writing was great. I thought the plot of it and like just the execution, the idea of it, I thought it was really interesting and kind of unique compared to what I've never read anything like that before. In total, in this week, or these past 7 days, I read 1,583 pages, and I am shocked. Like, I am genuinely like shocked about it myself, that I read that many books. Like, I have read 3 books in the past like 4 days. Like, I can't even comprehend that. I finished 5 books in this video. I thought I would finish maybe 3 and then start a 4th one, because the 2 in the beginning, Boy Parts and Quicksilver, I'd already obviously read over half of both of them. I am as shocked as anyone could be. I will also say, I know I'm like a full-time student, but I do only have school 3 times a week. I'm a commuter, so I read a lot on the train. Like, that's at least like 2.5 to 3 hours every day that I basically spend my entire time reading. I also just got a Kindle like literally a week and a half ago, so that also made me more excited to read on my Kindle. And then I also have a job where I can read. Don't compare yourself to how much I read compared to how much you read. I just wanted to put that out there because I don't want anyone to feel bad that they're not reading as much as me, because it's not a competition at all. I did all of this for fun. I enjoy it. I just read instead of like watching a movie or TV show. Like, that was what I enjoyed. Yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching as much as I enjoyed like making it, because I thought it was so much fun. Yeah, I will see you guys in my next video.